It's 3 a.m. You told yourself you'd sleep hours ago, but your hand is already moving toward the phone. You didn't decide to do this. Your body did it for you. And the strange part is, this exact urge is older than the phone, older than electricity, older than your house. It's older than you. Right now, somewhere in the dark, a version of this same behavior is playing out the way it has for 200,000 years. Back then, there was no screen. There was only the edge of a fire and the sounds beyond it. Tonight, out there is just a notifications tab. Back then, it was the difference between living until morning and not. Your ancestors slept in short, broken pieces, not 8 straight hours. Fragments. Anthropologist Carol Worthman studied sleep patterns in small-scale societies without electricity and found people wake up multiple times a night, not from insomnia, but by design. A brain that stays fully unconscious for 8 hours is a brain that misses a predator circling camp. Waking, checking, then drifting back off wasn't a flaw. It was the system. So when you surface at 3 a.m. and your hand finds the phone before your mind catches up, you're not broken. You're running very old software on very new hardware. Why does the phone specifically pull you in so hard, half-conscious, more than almost anything else could? Neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz spent decades studying dopamine and found it doesn't spike biggest when you get a reward. It spikes biggest when the reward is uncertain. A notification screen refreshed in the dark is a wall of maybes. Maybe someone texted. Maybe you're missing something. Your ancestors' brains were built to chase exactly that kind of maybe. A rustle in the grass usually meant nothing, but often enough, checking kept them alive. There's a deeper layer here, too. For most of human history, you didn't sleep alone behind a locked door. You slept in a group, close enough to hear each other breathe. Anthropologist Carol Ember documented how common communal rest was across cultures. Waking meant you could confirm, without even opening your eyes, that everyone was still there. Now you wake in a quiet, private room. No breathing to listen for. No fire to glance at. Just silence. And silence, to an ancient nervous system, doesn't always read as peaceful. Sometimes it reads as absence. So your hand reaches for something that promises the same reassurance the old world gave for free. The phone becomes the fire. The messages become the breathing bodies. But there's a cost your ancestors never paid. When they checked their surroundings, the check ended. Your check never does. One notification leads to a feed. There is no fire warmth waiting at the bottom of the scroll. Psychologist B.F. Skinner showed, using pigeons and a lever, that rewards given on an unpredictable schedule produce far more compulsive behavior than rewards given every time. Predictable rewards get boring. Unpredictable ones get addictive. Your phone runs almost exactly on that schedule. Sometimes there's something, sometimes there's nothing. You never know until you look. Is the pull you feel really about missing information? Or is it something older, using information as a stand-in for safety? Cortisol, the hormone tied to alertness, naturally rises in the early morning hours. It's part of what nudges you toward waking near dawn. But in a quiet modern room, that same lift just leaves you awake, alert, and alone with a glowing rectangle. Your ancestors woke into a world with something to check. You wake into a room with nothing to check, so you invent something. And the blue heavy light from the screen suppresses melatonin, convincing your body it isn't nighttime at all. You wanted resolution. You got wide awake instead. So what do you do with this? You can't delete 200,000 years of wiring. But you can give it what it's actually asking for, not information. Reassurance that you're safe and not alone. That might mean a room that doesn't feel so silent, a partner's breathing, a pet curled nearby, a steady sound machine, quieting the part of your brain still listening for a fire that burned out 10,000 years ago. Because here's the truth underneath all of this. When you reach for your phone at 3 a.m., you are not weak. You are a very old kind of animal, waking in the dark, doing the only thing that animal has ever known how to do when it stirs at night. Checking on the world. Checking that it's still safe. So the next time it's 3 a.m. and your hand moves toward the phone before your mind has even caught up, don't be so hard on yourself. You're not broken. You're just very, very old.